Hello there, this is Solid Mind, and today I'm going to be showing you a drill that I got for free, and it's kind of working and kind of not working. So when I went to buy this drill, it was originally £10. When I got there, the guy said it just stopped working, but if you push it to the side, it can start working. So as a salesperson, I negotiated it. And after negotiating, I said, you know what, I'll pay £5. And he's like, take it for free. It's broken, so you can have it. So now it's free. Now if you push the left and the right, it's meant to click, but it's not clicking on this side for some reason. So when I keep pushing and pushing and hold it to the right or the left for a long time, it can start, but you have to hold it, and that's not how it's meant to work. So the trigger button feels very hard, and it's meant to click. As you can see there, it spins. So by holding it to the side, it does work. It does hold a charge. It is fast enough, but the aim of this video is to try and fix the inside of it. So let's put a mat down, make sure that it's nice and good and clean, and let's open this thing up. I've never really fixed a drill before. I'm not really into fixing stuff, but today we'll find out. So yeah, it feels nice in the hand, honestly. The drill itself looks a little bit old. It came with a lot of drill bits, but the main thing is if I can fix the center part, then the drill will be perfect. It feels like something isn't working, and I heard that if you hit something hard enough, it can start working. So let me try again, and oh, there we go. Something clicked into place. It looks like it did. Yeah. So the chuck, it's working. So yeah, the clutch, not the chuck. It looks fine. 101, the clutch is working. Feels fine. So the main thing right now is the trigger. The trigger and the reverse and the normal forward, right and left are the ones that are not working. So it can lock into place, but you have to hit it and force it, and it's not consistent. And for me, that's a problem because I want to use this long term. So take the battery out, and let's just see if this thing will be fixed or can be fixed. All right, so let's open it up. This is my little toolkit that I got from Tesco, and yeah, they couldn't fit. The holes are too deep. So what I had to do was I had to go and try and find a second screwdriver, a longer one that was hidden away, because the screws are very deep in this. Now again, I don't know how to fix anything. I can fix like software stuff sometimes, but hardware, I have no idea what I'm doing. My logic is on this, that I will find some debris in there, or I can put some oil in there, or I can just shake it loose. I have no idea what I'm doing. Trying to open this up, it took a while. It took about a good 10 minutes, but I can see that after trying, changing tools, this and that, it did eventually as you can see here, I remove the pin and start working, which is not too bad. So yeah, so here I'm just opening up a little bit, and the first time seeing the drill, and it looks pretty simple. When I put the battery in, it's working. It's a lot of cables. I don't know what they do, but the switch feels a little bit loose. That's one more thing as well. The switch felt like when you push it, the trigger button also moved as well, which means that it's catching on something. It really is. So here I'm trying to take out the entire switch area, but the cables at the bottom that connect the battery are very short. So if I tried to lift it up, I would rip those cables out. So that's annoying. So I'm just trying to, wiggle the switch, try and see how it works. Because I'm just guessing right now to see if maybe there is something in there that I could, maneuver. I'm trying to move the cables on the side to get more room to see how it works. Yeah, I'm not too sure how this thing works actually. So I don't know what that metal piece is per se, but if it's meant to be there, it's meant to be there. Um, so I think this is it's not a brushless drill because I saw a brush inside. But from what I can see, it looks like at the back there is this little thing um, that when you push, it twists over. See that little white dot right there? So once you twist it on the edge, there's a lever that works. So when you push it, the back turns left and the back turns right. And it seems like it's very stiff in there. It's very stiff, and that's not a good thing. So I'm trying to just push it to see if I can move it back and forth. I can remove some debris from the center, if something like that, just to make sure that it's working. The trigger is working, of course, but it's still a little bit hard. My logic here is push it back and forth, whatever stuck in there will come out, but that's not really working. At least now it's no longer being stuck. When I opened it up, it's consistently being inconsistent, but it's still hard to flick that switch with that lever. So I'm gonna just try and use my little screwdriver to just try and shake things in around it or inside, just to see maybe if I can push stuff out, and that's not looking promising. But I'll keep trying just to make sure that I can try and remove all the debris inside, but no luck. This is why I don't fix hardware. I have no idea what I'm doing. I could have opened it up a lot more, opened up the entire housing, but my logic is the further I go inside it, the more I can break. So my logic is try and fix outside. So I got some coconut oil. I'm meant to use some lubricant, but oil will work. So my logic is it won't be that conductive. So if I just put it on the actual gears itself, on the lever, the oil will get into the nooks and crevices, and hopefully that should work. So I'm just going to use a Q-tip, put it in there, put it on that dot as well, just to see. My logic is I keep shaking it back and forth, and oil gets in there as a lubricant, so lubricate all the plastic pieces. This is an oil drill, so over time things wear and tear, so the oil should lubricate things again. I'm gonna put quite a bit actually, just to make sure that it will get in there, deep in there. If the drill dies because of this, I don't really care. It's a free drill, I can buy another one. So my logic is just put enough oil but not too much, and so far now it's looking better. So I'm also gonna put it on the plastic rubbing bit on the trigger to make it a little bit smoother, just to service it a little bit. And now the switch is working, and also in the center of the trigger there's a little catch. The lever is found there. That's where the lever is. So I'm gonna just put it everywhere where I can see exposed plastic, where things are gonna rub against each other. And so far it's working. It's going back and forth. No pressure needed. It's working perfectly. It looks good. I'm gonna add some more on top. My logic is you're gonna open it once, make sure you lubricate it well. So I'm gonna keep testing the switch. My logic is the more I go back and forth, the more the oil gets inside the gears. And so far now it's consistently always changing between left and right, which is perfect, which is literally perfect. So far I feel like this was a success. I'm gonna keep adding a little bit more just to make sure that that even after a few months it won't dry out. Coconut oil does work, so let me try and put this back so I can test it out properly. But so far it's looking like it was a success. A little bit of oil goes along with the trigger. It's a lot smoother, as you can see. The drill itself is making some dodgy noises, so I might need to put some in the actual chuck as well. Not too much. I know that you need to use actual oil, but it's a free drill. Coconut oil is oil. As long as it kind of works for me, that's fine. The trigger feels beautiful now. I think the plastic, rubbing on the plastic made it harder to push, but now it's perfect. It's a good balance. So I'm gonna try and put it back together, just make sure that everything goes back again. there's a lot of screws around. Some are long, some are short. So let me just try and put it in, make sure that everything goes in. I need to move the cables as well. They're on the side, and I'm just trying to see if I can put something on the actual trigger, below the trigger. So because when I was using the trigger to go left and right, the trigger would move as well. So my logic is if I wedge something on the plastic next to trigger, then it won't move left to right as much. So I'm gonna get a sponge here. It's a bit unorthodox, and I'm going to cut into a square and use it in there, kind of like a spacer, so that there's a bit of pressure on the actual plastic next to the trigger, so that when I do move the switch back and forth, it won't move as much. The bottom couldn't work because the cable was underneath as well. So my logic is I need to get that sponge after I put things properly again, and put this sponge on top, because that will work better. So once I put it there, hopefully I can close it and try and fold it. This is a little bit tricky because it kept opening up. Try to spring back, and I guess my logic is if I just try and make it work, it could work. So yeah, let's just put it in there just to see how everything is gonna fit, and so far it looks good. The switch looks perfect. This cable sticking out, and I clipped it in. Now to try and put the screws in. This didn't take too long. Just reverse what I did before. I only had one issue when putting these screws in, which I don't know why this is the case. Maybe the sponge got in the way, but that screw right there is not working. It couldn't go in at all. The other ones went in perfectly, but that little one could not go in. Maybe I put the wrong screw in there. Maybe it's a longer screw, but everything went in besides that one. I kept trying it, and I kept going back to it just to make sure it worked, but nothing. Whatever I tried changing screwdrivers, but I'm like, you know what, if I put this clip at the bottom, it should work. So I'm gonna tap it in, and then I realize wrong side. So try and push it out again, flip it around. Yeah, this entire video I'm just trying to reassemble and assemble this drill. And so for the switch, look at it, perfect. Put the battery in, perfect. Look at that, switch on, lovely. See, that's what I like. That's what I like. It's turning, the chuck is working, the switch is working. It's literally back, and it's good. It's good. A part of me is happy that when I went to, get this drill stop working, because I knew I could fix it. So I'm putting some oil just to make it shine a little bit more. This oil is freaking marvelous. I'm gonna put some inside the chuck because it was very rusty and just making noises when trying to open and close the chuck. Put it also in the middle section as well, make sure that it's nice and lubricated. I kept changing the Q-tips because I didn't want to add more debris to this drill. And after that, it's a bit smoother, a little bit smoother, which for me is progress. Put the clip back on to hold the battery in so it won't just slip out. This took like a good 30 seconds, nothing major. The trigger, look at that, perfection. Just cleaning the outside bit. It was covered in rust actually a little bit. The guy said that he only used this to drill like stuff into wood, and everything works. But yeah guys, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe.